Well, good almost afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else, and welcome to the Under-18 Academy League here at the Premiership Rugby level, the highest level of junior rugby in the country. And it's the final weekend here at the StoneX Stadium, and it's Harlequins who will be taking on the home side, Saracens. I'm delighted to be joined by Rhys Davies, the Saracens Under-17 coach, for the first half at least, before you head down to take on your coaching responsibilities ahead of the big double-header today. Thanks for joining us though, Rhys.
Cheers, Will. Thank you very much.
And we're really excited about this one. Both clubs invested, and both clubs still within touching distance of first place in the Southern Pool. But there's so much going on across these two great rugbying dynasties. Of course, Harlequins are building up towards their big summer kickoff. Saracens with the showdown. They're number 5 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They'll be taking on Harlequins at senior level on the 22nd of March in front of 61,000 people who attended last year. And Harlequins, well, we're going to find a bit more about their big summer kickoff on the 10th of May before we move on to today's fixture. Well, exciting times, Rhys, for both clubs, and well, a thrilling occasion live here at the StoneX. We were discussing just before the stream about how both Well, Rhys, we were just discussing the seasons that both these two sides have had and how impressive they've looked throughout.
Yes, sorry. They were, both teams have been very competitive in great games. The South League, the Southern League is very, very competitive, even with Bath and Gloucester. We'll wait on those results today, but it's great to see.
Well, we did catch up briefly with some of the coaching staffs from the two sides just this morning down on the side of the field. Well, up first from Saracens, we did speak to the head coach at under-18 level, Jake Pattinson, and then we were lucky enough to be joined by the former Red Rose, Amy Turner, as well, who are both involved with these squads. So, Jack, thanks for speaking to us this morning. Strong campaign so far for Saracens, just the one loss to the reigning champions, Bath. What were the reflections from the camp after the game?
No, I thought brilliant exposure for the lads to have a game like that. Very different to the type of games we've had so far. It was very set piece orientated. It was quite a slow game, but that's the reality of the game at the next level. You're going to have to find ways to play against different opposition, and I think now everything is just about how we react, how we respond to the game on Saturday.
Well, you were part of that London Irish setup that were champions in 2023 in the Academy League. Saracens, no win since 2015. What does it take to get over the line in this competition?
A lot of good fortune, obviously having the right availability at the right time. But these games can be quite volatile. You think you're in a good place after half an hour, and then all of a sudden the games are level and you've conceded 4 tries. So it's just trying to find that consistency and that cohesion really in the performance in a short window. But no, you need a bit of luck. You need some things to go your way. The bounce of the ball, a few good calls, and anything can happen. That's why we love it.
Now, Mike Hine had praised your talent, your hard work, but also your similar coaching philosophy when you joined Saracens. How does this manifest itself in the side?
Well, I want my teams to play, and ultimately as a coach, you do want your team to, I guess, to be a reflection of what you value. And I've always wanted a team to fight with a lot of spirit, particularly when defending. So that's big, and I know that's obviously aligned with the club at Sarries. But in attack, I definitely want us to play. I want us to take risks. I want us to be brave. I want it to be like the lads are playing at the park with their mates and they're free. Now, obviously, we have a responsibility to put some frameworks in place, but to help with their transition. But ultimately, it's about giving them some loose ideas to have, but going and just playing and giving it a good go and seeing what happens.
Well, in a recent interview, Noah Caliori spoke of the buzz he had ahead of this game. The captain, Branch Holland, also spoke of the buzz that every time he puts on the shirt. How do you cultivate that kind of atmosphere in the camp?
I think environment is everything. We've got a lot of lads coming from different schools. They've had different experiences. And so trying to create an environment that people want to be part of, I think, is huge. And ultimately, that creates a buzz. Now, what creates a buzz? Ultimately, for lads, they want to win. It helps create spirit, but I also think you can get a great buzz to see how people respond on the Monday after a difficult performance like we had on Saturday. And the buzz on Monday at training was outstanding. So look, we've got a special group of lads and a special group of staff. Everyone's trying to point in the right direction. So, yeah. Well, the lads want to win. The lads need to win. Big scorelines this season, though, already. 45 points on Exeter, 59 on Bath. You need a bonus point win today. Will we see more of the same? Mate, we want to give it a go. We want to score loads of points. I think the key for us today is, can we be as good off the ball? So can we create multiple threats off the ball so that we can move the ball anywhere? And then obviously defensively, we've got to show up. I think this group have huge spirit, and we've seen signs of it. It's just how consistent can we be with that? But yeah, let's give it a go. It's Bazball style, isn't it? So
well, we can't wait to see it. Thanks for speaking to us, Jack.
Thanks, mate.
So, Amy, thank you so much for speaking with us. You've played at the highest level, you've coached at the highest level as well, but what do you love most about coaching this Quins Academy side?
Mainly the energy that the boys bring. I love developing players and helping them to achieve their dreams, so it's nice to be in this kind of space.
And your role as Pathway coach, Quins have an excellent record of promoting from within, but what does this role entail day to day? What kind of contact do you have with this under-18 team?
Well, I'm present at all training sessions. My role is as pathway coach goes between the first team environment and the junior academy pathway, and I just look to support players in their attack, position specific skills, and I look at contact area.
And it's led to Quins having this undefeated start so close to the final. Last time they won this league, they had the likes of Caden Murley, the likes of Kenningham, Marcus Smith as well. Does anyone in this side sort of spark your interest? Can anyone go on to have that kind of impact here at Quins?
I think there's a lot. The synergy of the group actually is really strong. They're collaborative together, they work hard together, and as that, individuals are able to sort of thrive. So for me, I think there's a few to look out for, some in the back, some in the forwards. I won't name names because I don't think that's fair, because the boys as a whole have done really well to get to this point of 4 from 4.
And taking on Saracens today, always a big game. It'll be their showdown game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in March, but at senior level, how does that rivalry filter down to the academy?
Well, London derby from top to bottom is a lot of fun and gives the boys a bit of an emotional response to bring their game. But it's about how we perform, how we prepare, and how the boys come together on the pitch. But it's always fun to play Saracens, isn't it?
Just 2 points needed today to head to the final. You take on Northampton Saints, who have made it to their 4th final in a row, 3 defeats up to this point. Is it finally their time, or is there more Southern superiority on the way?
Well, they've been playing incredibly well, haven't they? They've got a really strong structure from that academy space, and they've done well to reach the final 4 years in a row. So hats off to them. What that looks like next week, we'll think about that after today.
Thanks very much, Amy. Still through light day, 1-2, 1-2. 1-2, 1-2. Light A, 1-2, 1-2. 1-2, 1-2, light A. 1-2, 1-2. 1-2, light A, A, 1-2. Well, here we are then, just moments away from kickoff. And, well, we've seen the teams, but it's Quins who are lined out first. Harlequins poised and ready. Well, some big names in that Quins pack. There's 8 ace champions across the side. The green of Gordon's flowing through the squad. The likes of Gorleku, Graham and Morgan in the front row. All 6 tries came through the front row last week against Bristol. Spencer Codling and Henry Laidlow, the familiar forwards in the loose, and then Elliot Williams, the captain, joined by his schoolmate Adam Benny. Tate Williams back in after a slight injury last week. Paulington starts at 9 in and around the Ireland camp. Well, Mass Jones has been with Wales, of course, and then Springate and Noah Slay on the wings. Usually at 13, is shifted across to the wing to allow for Joe Taylor to come in at 13. And then Bishop Wands, Finn Cunnison starts at 12. Sean Sharp, the danger man, at 15 for Quins as they fly into the pads. Down pitch side. The Saracens, of course, Poku and Regista again at prop, but Charlie Kingsford, the RGS High Wycombe man, is in for James Talamai. To Horter and Golding start in the second row. And Ashton Ilinchich has come in to the back row to complement the England forwards, Branch Holland, and Jack Marshall, the captain. Asa Stewart Harris now fully fit, starts at scrum half, and well, we were discussing Finn Keylock because he was feeling a little bit under the weather post-game, so it could be him, or it could be the Harrow man Patrick Keaveney to come in and fly half. Finch and the key man for Saracens, Noah Kalawori, will be on the wing. Reece Jones and Sevu Carver at 12 and 13. Alex Mason at fullback. One to watch out for freshly into the side to replace Ben Morrow, the England man. He's unavailable. Is Sevu Carver, his Millfield teammate, and Rhys Davies still alongside me, and Carver, a really threatening option, an outside centre.
Yeah, definitely. He's shown his pace and class on the wing, and now he's moving into the centre, so we're going to see what he can do.
Well, it was Saracens who won the toss, and they will kick off. There'll be minutes on the chase to get things started. The question on everyone's lips is, can we spot Keylock out there? Now, Keaveney's in to fly half, but it's the captain, Elliot Williams, with the first carry for Harlequins. There's a real tussle of things down at the breakdown. Sarri's looking to make a mess of things, but it's another strong carry over the 22. We know exactly how important this game is for both sides. Just 2 points will be enough to get Quins into the final at Kingsholm on the 16th of February, taken by Noah Slade from the kickoff. Or indeed it was Noah Kalawori out there on the wing for Sarries. Dominant shots coming in from Quins in the meantime. Williams and company. Keaveney, he's teed up his outside runner there, right into the path of Ashton Graham, but Saracens do keep a hold of it. Physicality on show from Quins straight away, Reece.
Yeah, definitely. They come out the guns blazing, haven't
they? They know that everything's on the line here. Bath play Gloucester, knowing that a bonus point win and a defeat for Harlequins here will see them through to their second final in a row, the defending champs. Charge down inside Saracens' half, and now Quins for the first time with a bit of field possession. Nice little tip on into the path of Graham, a hat-trick last week in the win over Bristol. And then Matt Jones puts boot to ball. That's a lovely return to clear his lines, but Jones back with it now. The Welsh international looks cross-field. Across comes Asa Stewart-Harris to cover. He'll take on his man, brought down at the 10. Well, Ashton Graham looks really uncomfortable down there. But it's still Quins with the line speed flying off. That time is Tate Williams of Worth School. Missed last week's game, but it's been stripped in the contact there, and Williams drives on for Harlequins. What a carry that is over the 22. Still down to 14 players, with Graham receiving medical attention, but in the meantime, Harlequins are really rolling now. In the end, just a knock-on. So Saracens do have it back, but a dangerous transition from Harlequins, Reece.
Yeah, you could see both teams probably trying to feel it out with the box kicks early, just trying to find it out. It's a good intense first 5 minutes, isn't it?
Well, it will be a short stoppage in play because Ashton Graham is down. A hat-trick last time out against Bristol. Goleku grabbed himself a try, as did Morgan. And Shanu Abu off the bench also grabbed the 6th for Quins. So an early injury, a bit of respite. Saracens look under pressure, Reece.
Yeah, I think Quins have come out with some great intensity there. I think they haven't. Sarries lads haven't actually stopped doing what they wanted to do. They've got to ride that first 5 minutes, I imagine. But yeah, it looks like it could be a great contest. Just trying to suss each other out, I guess.
Well, it's unfortunate that Keylock hasn't started today, but well, Keaveney's come in at fly half, and what will he offer a bit differently, Reece?
He's a great ball player. He's an excellent games player. He's always been waiting for his opportunity. This is a great opportunity for him. He's an excellent player with ball in hand, and he's a real threat at the line. I think he'll unlock our attack, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see how he goes. We'll see how he goes.
Well, thankfully Ashton Graham is back to his feet and he is able to walk off the field. Which is exactly what you like to see. Hopefully nothing too serious for the talented Gordon's hooker. But the substitutes have been made. I believe it's Leroy Hove who's come on into the front row. Another Bishop's One boy. So many of them represented across this Harlequin side, and indeed Saracens.
Let's go well, all you, pal. Crow!
Bind! Screen's come on. Get that number, double check for you when we have it. In the meantime, irregardless, it's a Saracen scrum to be fed by Asa Stewart-Harris. Penalty for Harlequins, and what a place to win it as well. And what a first intervention for the fresh front row. Well, last week, away at Bath, it was a tough time in the front row, and indeed at the set piece for Saracens. I hope we don't see a repeat today, Reece.
No, definitely not. I think both teams will want to chuck it about today. Physical contest up front and then move the ball.
It's Jacob Thompson who's come on for Harlequins. Here we go then, first maul of the day. Well, it's come loose. Wrapped up by the new man, Jacob Thompson. Gordons for Gordons replaced at hooker, the under-17 of Teddington Rugby Club. And then stripped at the breakdown. An important intervention. The captain, Jack Marshall, already involved. Hacked away by Stuart Harris, and Saracens survive.
Yeah, great exit there, great exit.
Well, Saracens under pressure early, but what an important turnover that might be in the wider consequence of this game. Both sides really searching for a bonus point, because we know what Bath can do.
Be interesting to see what Quins do here, see if they try and move it first phase.
Up goes Codling, and it's to the maul again. And Harlequins are moving, but Saracens have got it wrapped up there. And Thompson will roll away. On to halfway. There's the counter in from the side.
Black 7 hasn't rolled.
Well, it's good desire though from Saracens, even if they don't get the end product. Again, Marshall involved. We're going to see a lot of him today, Reese.
Yeah, he's an excellent poacher around the breakdown. Very quick over the ball. He's, probably why he's been involved with the England guys.
Saracens on the
I'm
22.
sure he'll stay around there.
I think there's 2 nominations for England under-18 captain on show today. At 6 for Harlequins, Elliot Williams, and Jack Marshall at 7 for Saracens.
Yeah, that's a great battle. That's a great battle.
The back row is key. Adam Benny and Tate Williams also in there for Harlequins, have been busy so far. Williams is poised just outside the centre channel.
Looks like they're going for the driving maul.
Stolen at the line out and picked off the toes excellently well to keep possession for Saracens.
Tackle, release,
forced the ball there, but
No,
the ball is
don't
down.
move.
And another chance for Saracens to exit. Here is Marshall, tips it on, and the hole opens up. There's the nice little miss pass.
Backwards.
Unfortunately, it's just been spilled at full back by Mason, but only backwards, so he clears it away. And Sharp for the first time with ball in hand.
Great kick in the end. Great put pressure down in there, 22.
Well, Alex Mason has dropped back from the centres. And the Berkhamsted man has really got a hold of that one. Good recovery from the fumble.
Saracens first line out. I wonder what we'll do here.
Okay.
Kingsford goes for the towel, of course.
Sarries,
It's pretty greasy out there.
So we can't run in and go.
First line-out steal as well from Saracens just a moment ago. They go to the tail. It's been spilt, but always backwards. And then slipping through the tackle, Stuart Harris. Look at him go. Puts in the fend, dragged down inside the 22. And Harlequins scrambling back have intercepted.
Gerald Greleku, the cover back there.
Oh, great work from the prop, and well, Quins looking to play from everywhere. Spilt in the tackle.
That's a try.
And the try is given. And it's a disaster for Harlequins. Horta has profited from the mistake. Great defence from Saracens, but, well, we love to see that kind of ambition, Reese, but in such a big game, it's backfired early on.
Yeah, you wonder whether there was maybe an easier option just to maybe take and get your numbers on your feet and then maybe get a clearer exit. But it's great pressure from Saracens, just putting pressure on them. And Matisse de Hortier has been excellent at that all season long, so good to see him get the reward for it.
Well, it was a nicely weighted tip on through the forwards, but, well, flying into the line went Saracens to make the tackle.
Might have been Gabriel Registe who made the tackle, the initial tackle, and it's just a fumble, isn't it, after that?
And Matisse de Horta got onto it. He's a towering figure at number 4.
Great strike from Patrick.
So there are the points as well. Saracens go 7 up. Reminder, it's Patrick Keaveney in for Keylock, and he's got his first points of the afternoon. Harlequins then with their first kick-off after piling on the early pressure to Saracens. They couldn't convert, and then back came the men in black down the other end, but from the kick-off it's been collected by Kingsford. It's a great first drive as well, up to that 10-metre mark. Just a little dink over the top. Collected by Sharp, who beats the first defender. And now things might open up, but he's flung to the floor emphatically there. Penalty again at the breakdown for Harlequins.
Ashton at the breakdown there, number 6. Just couldn't resist himself, could he?
Well, any back row worth their salt would have had a stab at that one. It's gone Harlequins' way. They know that just 2 points will see them mathematically through to the final, but that's 2 bonus points they'd be after. It's been a tight game so far, but it's been a high-scoring one whenever these two sides have been on the field. Last week, of course, 38-31. Harlequins just about held off the Bristol Bears. And Bath beat Saracens by 35-14. So we're expecting tries regardless. It's another thundering maul that makes plenty of yards. It breaks away. Ball is finally down. It's carried on at first receiver. Nice footwork. The physicality of Quins on show again. Here's Thompson, the early substitute. And now they'll pull it out the back. Well, it might have been knocked on there in the tackle, but the referee waves play on. Saracens have possession back. And Stuart Harris wastes no time. Beautiful kick, racing away to the corner. What footwork out wide to keep it in place. I believe it might have been Sharp getting back there, but in the end it does run into touch. But Reese, another fantastic clearance from Ace Stuart Harris.
Yeah, he's really reading the pitch today. There's a lot of space there in the backfield. He's finding it well.
Well, he was injured against Pal Boys, the South African side, earlier on in the season. Returned to face Bath last week, but he's clearly back to full fitness.
Yeah, he's a very charismatic leader, yeah, he's a big bonus to have back.
Henry Laidlow gets a hold of it at the line out this time, and again it's Harlequins who go to the maul.
Leave him.
Well, they're taking their time, but they're rumbling their way through the midfield. Why give it up? The forward's over halfway.
That's a great line out from Quins. Henry's done well there. Henry's done very well.
Well, it's picked and taken into contact. And now they might look to go a bit more expansive. Chipped in behind. Here's the chase on from Springate. Collected by Keaveney. Again, Saracens camped in their 22, but Stuart Harris has had no problems clearing his line so far. Through the forwards, tipped on by the captain Marshall. It's a real tussle at every breakdown. Now Keaveney from deep does get it clear. And Sharp will shepherd it into touch.
Interesting for Quins there. You thought they might be come towards the touchline, stop that from bouncing. But yeah, we found grouse, and I think we'd see that as a positive.
Both sides doing laces. Time off.
And Danny Wilson's senior side travelled to Ealing today in the Premiership Cup for Harlequins, but this under-18 team 4 points clear at the top of the table over Bath and Saracens, who are tied on 15 points. The reigning champs Bath in Gloucester expecting 5 points there. They need 5 points to stay in the shout, and if they do get it, then Quins can offer nothing but victory here in response if they want to make it through to the final to take on Northampton Saints. That line out is not straight.
Yeah, I think Gloucester will put up a good fight against Bath. They're a good side. They're a good side. They've been coached well by Deck Danaher. So yeah, it will be a good fight. I wouldn't give it a definite, that's for sure.
Not straight scrum option taken.
Regardless, it will be Northampton Saints who meet them in the final from the the Northern Group, which they've wrapped up with a weekend to spare. Their 4th final in a row, defeats in all of the last 3 seasons. Surely at some point Northampton are going to crack this Academy League for the first time since their double header in 2013 and 14.
Yeah, I was talking to the Academy manager Mark Hopper in the week, and he's it's probably almost a shame that the league isn't as competitive. But yeah, we'll hopefully see in the final this year then put up a good fight against whichever team comes through.
Crouch!
So not straight at the line out. It's been so pivotal for Quins across this Academy League campaign. So scrum for Sarries, but again by Stuart Harris. Well, he's been wrapped up by his opposite man there, Fergus Corlington. But it's bundled into contact by Marshall. Oh, just put down at first receiver by Regista. And Quins have it back. Oh, good mettle from Harlequins to turn it over. Good line speed as well.
Just need a bit of scrum parity there. Ball coming out the side. See how this next scrum goes.
Let's go, James, let's go. Yeah, boys, let's go. Crouch!
Scrum then for
Bind!
Harlequins this time, who are going to be playing from inside
Set!
their own half. But we've known already that they're looking to play from anywhere today. Pick from number 8 instead. Williams, big carry, almost up the halfway. Dinked in behind by Williams of the Elliott variety. And a powerful carry out wide to set Quins up
He's
there.
legal.
Good pressure at the breakdown by Ryan Jones, the vice-captain.
No, Black, get off!
Slow ball for Harlequins. Just a touch inside their own half. They got plenty of forwards to pick out. One of them is laid low. Again, good work from Saracens to slow the ball down. But they're always looking to pop up in space, and they've worked it out excellently well. And now Slay's in behind, up to the 22.
There's no lift.
Saracens are off their feet there.
Fine there.
What a little touch that was by Matt Jones to flick it into the path of his forwards. Jones back to his feet, and now he goes cross-field. He's just not put enough on it there. Regathered by Mason and popped out Quins' way. Well, in fact, it's Saracens in the end after a big old shot came in on Alex Mason there.
Yeah, advantage, thank you.
So the knock-on, under advisement from the sideline official, is given in Saracens' favour. And they look to go cross-field with it.
Advantage over.
Off the toe, wonderful touch. Will it pop up here for Zach Finch? Well, it just didn't fall for him there. And Quins still playing. Jones with a bit of broken field. Here's Sharp, lovely step away from the first defender.
Not on the ball, leave it now.
Well, it's madness out there, Reece, at the moment.
Advantage
Great
over.
brand.
Not.
It's great brand. Keep
What
it
a
playing.
mispass. Suddenly it might be on out wide. Forward runners down the tram line.
I think they'll take Williams down in the backfield.
Just
No.
dumped there. It was Jaco Morgan. Turned sideways, but landed safely. Now Quins finally will clear. They've got another injury. Unfortunately there, I think it's Tate Williams who's down.
Come back, Sarries.
Will play on. Bit of kick tennis finally, or Sharp might look to run it himself. Sharp puts it in over the top. It could fall for him here. It's just too high. So instead it falls back to Saracens, and Carver takes it on. Marshall denied at the gain line by Quins. Dinked in behind. We're playing quite close there to the injured player. I think finally the referee's whistle goes.
It's going to be a scrum down Sarries' ball.
He stands up right at that point.
Well, you would, wouldn't you, to be fair, Reece? That's Tate Williams bringing an end to the attack. Back to his feet, thankfully, so he can continue.
Both teams moving the ball well, though, even with the kick stuff. Great kicking options, great passing options.
Easy mark.
It's a
Scrum
great
down
brand.
Sarries' ball.
I think they have a responsibility at academy level to make sure that they're playing a good brand of rugby.
Well, Finch was pretty close to getting on the end of that. What a first touch it was from the crossfield that fell just on his toes.
Yeah, he's electric. He's electric. Ball in hand and without the ball. He's got great behaviours. So yeah, good to see him play today.
And a great season as Zach Finch for Ravenswood.
Crouch. Bind.
Go scrum for Saracens just inside the 10 metre.
Set.
Again to be fed by Stuart Harris, who's cleared his lines cleanly so far. Saracens' problems at the scrum this time do not affect them. It's Asa Harris who's racing away. Stuart Harris has a man outside him, goes alone, flicks it out the back door, intercepted on the return. Harlequins survive.
That was a moment. That definitely was a moment.
Oh, again, it's almost over the top. I think Finch might have got a hand in there, but instead it's just a forward pass, so Saracens do have it back. A lovely break down the right-hand side. Matthew Branch Holland, another Ravenswood man, racing away, and then, well, should Stuart Harris have given the pass?
You would have thought 2v1 on an edge, but he's done well to stay strong, and he's just given away the ball to the wrong person.
Especially with Noah Caliori out there, top scorer this season for Saracens, 4 tries against Exeter in that 45-21 demolition job early in the season.
Yeah, he's a great athlete,
Gross!
See why I'm going to have a lot of interest in him.
It's a huge moment for Saracens. They already lead by 1 try. They forced a mistake on the line that allowed Mattis de Holter to dive over the top. Now it's Keaveney, picks out Carver. Well, no look from Carver, looking to pick out the runner on the hard line, but it might benefit for Quins because it's popped up unkindly for the home team. They're straight over the breakdown. Great recovery. That's the kind of response you want. And a quick tap instead from Asa Stewart-Harris. Caliori is chopped, but he's back to his feet again. What athleticism from the winger.
Yeah, they want to play. We want to play. We want to move the ball.
Keaveney, Regista gets the offload away to the try scorer de Horta. Saracens on the 22. Slow ball because it's a real mess at the breakdown. Well, it's picked and go through the tackle. What an option. Saracens have a second.
Great work, great work. It's just showing the intent that we want to move, we want to play, we want to tap and go. We want to keep the ball alive where possible. Excellent threats, well done.
Well, caught everyone unaware. We thought for all the world that Saracens were going to take it wide through Keaveney and company, but instead picked through the breakdown. A classic back row try, the sneakiest of options. And it's got Harlequins backpedaling in these early stages.
That'll get further and further away by the end of the day. He would have done it by the halfway.
Oh, his own 22. What a run. Well, 2 kicks from 2, so Saracens up by 14. I believe it was Branch Holland who snuck through the breakdown.
Ashton Ilincic.
Oh, shot taken away from the Harrow man, Ilincic, who's into the side for Henry Dargood. What an option off the bench he is in the back row.
Yeah, great to have the quality come through.
Well, there are so many options on the bench for this Saracen side. The likes of James Talamai as well in the front row, the usual starter at hooker perhaps. But for now though, it's Quins who need to respond. What a kick that is by Jones, and it's just been put down out wide. So a knock-on advantage for Saracens. It's messy ball, so we're back for the scrum, but lovely little nudge from Math Jones.
Should definitely cover that better. That was a weak kick-off. We should definitely have gone on to that.
Well, it's interesting how this game's unfolded. Saracens up by 2 tries, but it's been all even in terms of what we've seen in front of us here.
Both teams are very nice brand of rugby, and it's good. There's a lot of physicality out there. It's nice to see it down now and see how the boys want to play.
It'll be a scrum right on that far side. Asa Stewart-Harris will feed. Branch Holland made plenty of yards picking at the back last time, but instead it's a penalty for Saracens. And Harlequins will be disappointed with that one. They got the shove on, but not legally so in the eyes of the referee. Keaveney will search for touch. He's got plenty on that. What a kick.
It's a great kick, great kick.
Well, it had great shape to it. Unfortunately, just shy of the 22. Another throw for Kingsford. Part of that High Wycombe side who had such a fantastic season in the 15-a-side game. Here comes the line out for Saracens. They've been hit and miss for both sides so far. Try scorer de Horta has it. Now Keaveney picks out Branch Holland, who's driven back emphatically by Williams, his opposite man. I'm not sure that Ryan Jones wanted any of that, but look what he's made with it. Lovely offload as well to find Caliori. Now Saracens are in behind. A little bit short, but Jones gets the offload away. A little bit short of options, that is. Ryan Jones does so well there, the Mill Hill centre. Oh, met on the gain line. Emphatically again by Harlequins. What a shot that is by Laidlow.
And Goleko together, pair of them.
The front row and second row dominating in the shot there, and it's forced the kick, but it's still an impressive nudge from Saracens. But that is how you put an end to a threatening attack, Reece.
Yeah, and Alan Pocker and Gerald Goleko both go to the same Ace College at Bishop Wand. I think there'll be a few nice words exchanged after that for sure.
Bishop Wand have got excellent representation across these two sides.
Yeah, if Finn Keelock was playing today as well, I think there'd be around about 5 or 6.
Spencer Codling in the row for Harlequins as well, also of Bishop Wand. And it is clean ball for Harlequins from the line out. And again they look to play. A bit of space has opened up at the tail. There's another strong carry, that time from Thompson. The ball went down.
Ripped by Zach Finch, he's got the ball as well.
Oh, what a turnover and what a place to win it. Keaveney, Jones floats it wide. A bit of space for Mason. Mason takes them on, frees the offload into the corner. Goes Noah Caliori again for Saracens. Try number 7 for the top scorer.
Well done, Alex Mason, that was excellent. He's got the fed, he had no right to do that. He's created a 2v1. Well done.
What an offload from Mason as well to set up Caliori. Clinical finisher. And what a performance this is from Saracens, a bonus point. Victory could see them through to the final. A defeat will certainly see Harlequins' place against Northampton Saints really threatened by Bath. But Reece, as we discussed, we won't know the result over in Bath, and Gloucester a well-coached side, so all Saracens will be thinking about is just how many they can win by here.
Yeah, the message was beforehand was it's all about us. It's not about anybody else. So just concentrate on what we can do, and we'll see ourselves through. It's to get where we are at the moment. I think probably rode out that first 5-10 minutes where the physicality of Quins, and now I think they're starting to find gaps on an edge. It's just whether Quins can refine that self to get off the line and add an impact that way.
What a kick by Keaveney as well, from way out on the right-hand side. Third conversion on the bounce. He's done excellently well at fly half, especially brought in so late.
Yeah, he's very composed. He's a great player.
Another teasing kick-off from Jones. And there's a Quins hand in there. It will fall the way of the away side, but a knock-on is the call. It's another disappointing end result in response from Harlequins.
We've got to deal with those kicks a lot better though. Kickoffs have been a problem. It's definitely, I know they've knocked it on, but they've definitely got close to regathering on every attempt.
A bit of fire in the afters as well. Amy Turner was discussing in the build-up how the rivalry between these two London clubs runs through every age group.
It's always a great encounter.
Asa Stewart Harris, what a game he's had so far.
Set.
He's got ball in hand. That's scrum time. Clean ball for Saracens. What a thundering run from Branch Holland.
He just keeps coming. He always keeps coming.
Crossfield in search of Finch again. A little bit too much on it this time, and it'll roll harmlessly into touch.
There's definitely space back there, isn't there? I think we're finding space at the moment. Sarries and Patrick Keaveney's putting us in the right places, finding grass, which is not what you'd expect to see, especially any chip across.
Well, in the build-up, we were discussing that connection between Ryan Jones and Noah Caliori at 12 and 14, who played together at Mill Hill, but well, it's Keaveney looking for Finch so far. That's been the more dangerous of the two options.
Charlie Hurd has just come on at 9 for Asa. Berkhamsted.
Comes Charlie Hurd. It's another substitute, Jacob Thompson, on for the injured Ashton Graham, who goes to the tail. Beautiful throw, great recovery. And the last line out that went awry. What a shot that is from Regista. Wow, what a hit, and just about Quins get it away, but a knock-on as well in the contact. Goodness, that was a coming together.
I think Jack Marshall just got it before the contact, and then Regista was able to follow up the hit. So great defence there. Well done from Saracens.
Marshall went low, Regista went high. Textbook stuff. And the forwards defending in the channel. I think there's another change in the offing. Looks like Emmanuel Shanu Abu is on the sideline, raring to come on.
I think it's our man who just came on.
And it's a change in the front row again. Thompson leaves the field. I think it might be called Leku moving to hooker.
Yeah, that's correct.
But a chance to take a look at the new man, Charlie Hurd, who will feed the scrum.
Be interesting to see how we attack here. He's got a 3-3 spot.
Binds!
Well, both wingers
Set!
raring to go here.
Hold the
It's a
shot.
good scrum from Harlequins, but they do get the ball out. Chipped in behind by Mason. Well, plenty on that. But it's collected by Sharp. Lovely footwork and acceleration to race away. Sharp puts it in behind. There's cover there for Saracens. Shot comes in from Sharp. Powers through and forces the line out. What a lovely little weighted kick that was. It was well covered in the backfield, but well, that's the reward you get for taking it cleanly.
He's a dangerous man at Sharp in the backfield.
Such a shame that we weren't able to take a look at him at the Seaford 10s, which were unfortunately cancelled due to adverse weather conditions. But his Seaford side have looked bright all year. Great run at the Merchiston Castle Festival in Scotland as well.
He's got electric feet. He really does a light upper attack.
Crouch!
He's a promising prospect.
Bind!
Sharp will be hoping to get ball in hand off the back of this scrum.
Come on, time's up.
Do you know if he's an under 17 or an under 18?
I need more respect.
I believe he was part of this Harlequin side last season, which would make him an under 18. But well, unless he was playing under 16 up to this Academy League level, which is all possible because he's a serious opponent. Are you worried you might have to see more of him next year?
Yeah, definitely. I was wondering about him as a player. What he does, because obviously he's in that 18s bracket.
Set!
Finish time, does he get a contract, does he go out?
How far away are some of these players from appearing in the old Prem Cup?
Exactly
It's
that.
on this weekend. Been put down in the midfield and Carver latches onto it. Lovely offload to pick out Marshall, who's through the first defender. Over the ball goes Williams, and it's a good turnover, but it was scrum advantage. So we're back for Saracens' possession. Well, the pace of the game has really slowed down a little bit, Reese.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's deliberate or not. I think both teams are probably tired. They're waiting for that half-time break, refresh themselves. Jack Marshall's having a great impact on the game. He seems to be cropping up everywhere, doesn't he, in attack or defence.
The Campion man with some big carries so far. Real highlight, real stuff. You can see a procession of Queen's Academy boys have just come down from the stands.
Crouch!
Imagine that'll be the 17s lads.
Bind!
Of course, the double header. Saracens taking on Queen's under
Set.
17s after this one. But it's at the back of the scrum with Hurd. He picks out Jones, who doesn't get a hold of it. It's been put down, so it's a knock-on advantage. What can Sharp do with a bit of broken field? Sharp lets it fly. And a nice run
Tackle release
over on
black!
that left-hand channel, although Saracens looking to slow it down again. Through the forwards this time. Lovely little tip pass. Over the gain line goes Shanu Abu. Well, Quinn's clearly unhappy with the turnover there. Referee not interested, so we'll come back for the knock-on. So another unforced error. I think it really speaks to the tension of the occasion with a place in that final on the line for both teams.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how much teams move the ball. How many times has it gone more than one pass? At the moment, it probably there's a bit of tension, but I think both teams could get excited about moving the ball a little bit more.
Another break in play. Another player receiving some attention. This time it's the skipper Jack Marshall, but you'll have to drag him off the field, I think, Reese.
Yeah, he'll stay out there as long as he can. AJ Henry on the bench would be another positive person to come on and really add some impact in that. It's a like for like with those two. AJ Henry being an under 17 and probably getting another go at this next year. So good to see him come on as well.
So for Saracens, as we discussed already, that 59-17 victory over the Bears was a huge result. Big result over Exeter as well by 45-21. They were calmly through against Gloucester by a score of 24-12, and then that defeat to Bath has left things really up in the air here because they need a big bonus point and they need to swing the goal, the points difference, I should say, in their favour, depending on results elsewhere. The 5 points and a bucket load of tries is all they can do here, and they're on their way through it already. 3 tries up against Quins.
Yeah, I think the Bath game was a massive learning for this group, just how they handle situations and maybe a little differently. How you might treat different teams that don't want to play as much, and how you respond to that.
Go!
Scrum then for Harlequins this time.
Set!
And again, it's a dominant scrum, so Williams can pick off the base. And there's quick hands to create a bit of space down the left. In goes the big don't argue from Springate to get over the gain line. Second effort from Saracens to slow the ball down. Williams carries through the contact, brought down by De Horta. Wouldn't want to meet him on the gain line. It's on the toes of Jones, gets it away to Laidlow. Another good carry from the type 5. Corlington, well, penalty at the breakdown, not for the first time against Saracens. And I think corner will be the option. It's how they created all their opportunities against Bristol. 6 tries, 3 for Graham, 1 for Gorleku, 1 for Morgan, and 1 for Shanu Abu as well. So 6 all from the front row. Not the traditional Quins way.
You've got some big ball carriers there in the centres, and as in through their front 5. Sorry, just creating havoc, creating a bit more grain line for the team to get on the front foot. And moments like that are they're damaging. I think they look like they're going to go for the +1, which means probably a catch and drive.
Well, Gorleku with responsibilities after both hookers were replaced, and it's overthrown unfortunately there, but that's a bit of a let-off for Quins. Saracens have put it down at the back.
I know they have been looking at Gorleku as a hooker, so he does have the skills. It's a shame they overthrow there.
One of the many Twickenham representatives here today from the Twickenham RFC. Laidlow as well in the second row from that great old rugby club. It'll be a scrum for Harlequins in a dangerous position. Reece, you think they have to come away with something from here?
Yeah, I mean a score now either way, so it's going to be really important. It's important the Saracens hold out, and Quins have got to show something here for sure.
Cunnison with a big carry at first receiver. Corlington gets it out. Jones takes it on himself. Patient play from the fly half. Lofted over the top, almost an interception, but it's put down. Well, it was certainly a legal effort from Mason. It hung in the air for him, but he couldn't claim it.
Yeah, and that just goes on our point, doesn't it? If he breaks away there, that could be a real moment in the game. But they've got another scrum. Let's see, there could be a different platform to attack from here. Wider attacking platform. See how they go. Are they going to punch, or are we going to move the ball around?
Quins with a second bite of the cherry. Well, Finn Cunnison of Bishop 1 was highlighted before the game as a big ball carrier, and he's poised again in that wide channel.
But he's also a very good ball moving threat. He does that ball carrying job really well, but then he can move the ball as well. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Use him as the decoy or move around.
Second chances are fleeting in the Academy League.
They've moved him to 13, so he's sitting out the back of Joe.
Turned over at scrum time. Indeed, you were right, Reece. They had switched it round, but they won't have the opportunity to show us what trick they had up their sleeve.
An important moment, a very important moment. Yeah,
cleared by Hurd, and that will bring an end to the first half. Well, Harlequins have been knocking on the door, but they have as of yet been able to break through here at the StoneX Stadium. The home side profited early from a mistake right on the goal line by Harlequins, and then, well, they were just more clinical, and they've gone 3 tries up in this crucial game. They're 1 away from that elusive bonus point, which could see them through to the final to take on Northampton Saints.
Yeah, that last moment there is pretty important. We'll see how that pans out. Yeah, great first half from the Saracens.
Well, we'll have another look at the tries as they were scored, and I'll say thank you as well, Reece, for joining us for this one. I know you've got to head off and fulfil your duties with the under-17s. Best of luck for later on this afternoon.
No problem at all. Thank you for having me.
Now Reece Davis is off to fulfil his regular role, so you're just left with me, Wilfred Kemsley, for the second half. And as the tries go over, we must remind you of the two big occasions for both these two sides. Of course, Saracens have their showdown fixture, showdown number 5 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They'll take on Harlequins on the 22nd of March, where 61,000 people were in attendance last year. For Harlequins, they've got their big summer kickoff 2025. That'll be on the 10th of May at the Allianz, where they take on Gloucester. Let's hear a bit more about both of those events while the teams receive their half-time messages. Well, out come the home side to the largest cheer. There was a rather muted "Come on Quins" from somewhere in the terraces, but it's Saracens who will have had the more relaxed of the half-time team talk, certainly. They lead by 21 unanswered points. Well, it will be Matt Jones who gets things back underway for Harlequins. And it's been plucked out of the air by Lewis Golding of Saracens. Loose at the breakdown, might be a turnover there, and indeed it is. So, early ball for Harlequins, but a knock-on has been spotted by the assistant referee. Well, here it is then. Another scrum for Harlequins in a promising position. They had two of these just before the break. They were unable to convert those opportunities. This time it's Saracens who will have a scrum. Following the knock-on at the breakdown. Fed by the new man, Charlie Hurd. And then chipped in behind by Keaveney. Oh, it's got all of that. But it's unfortunately straight out, and it was taken back in to the 22 following the scrum. I say chipped in behind because I didn't know who was going to get all the way a hold of it. But, well, the end result is a line out in a really promising position for Quins, and they just have to start using these opportunities. A win is enough to see them through to the final, but a defeat here would be devastating for the side that have been so strong in the competition. They beat Bath by 35-27 in a thrilling encounter as it's thrown up to the tail again, but it's ricocheted off Williams. Always backwards is the referee's call. So swept up by Shanu Abu, who carried it in, and now the captain Williams. Corlington digs it out, picks out willing runners. Held up by Saracens at the gain line and then stripped in contact. I think that ricocheted off Marshall. So it will be another knock-on and another scrum, this time for Harlequins. And we've played all the second half in this Saracens 22. But it's another opportunity that has been missed by Quins. Usually so clinical, and they've had such tight games as well to fight their way through. They held on against the Bears 38-31. They beat Exeter by 19-17 in a thriller. And they took apart Gloucester, but only by 33 points to 29. So really tight affairs that they've managed to come through. I think we could be on for another one of those today in this second half. They could score early here. Really applying pressure here at the StoneX.
Set.
Scrum fed by Fergus Corlington, straight to ground. Gorleku has moved to hooker, so he can't battle his teammate Alan Poku at loose head. I think there might have been a couple of changes actually in the front row at half time. It's possible that Owen Gillet has come on for the aforementioned Poku. I think Regista is still out there at tight head. And King for the hooker. But at the moment all that matters is Corlington for Harlequins with the feed. And Jones right behind the scrum there. Penalty for Saracens. You saw the hand go down on the near side from Shanu Abu, and the message was fed straight into the referee. And that is another big moment in this game for Saracens. Keaveney looks to pick out the touchline, and he does comfortably, right on halfway, and a chance for Saracens to construct their first attack of this second half. Kingswood with ball in hand. 21 unanswered points. That's the lead that Saracens hold over Quins for the moment. And indeed it is Gillet who's come on into the front row. But from the line out, they'll go right to the front. Picked off by Harlequins. And Gorleku carries. It's back to Corlington. Jones. Flicked up by Laylow. What a take that is by Ryan Jones at centre. Or indeed it's Cunnison, sorry, at 12 for Harlequins. The opposite man brings him down. taken right on the gain line by Shanu Abu. Math Jones fired into the path of Codling. Tackle made, so down he goes. Jones, a little tip on this time to find Joe Taylor. The Cranley man. Good line speed from Saracens, the offload, a no look from Laidlow, and it's gone to ground, but penalty for offside. They did look high there, and it's a quick tap, and away go Harlequins. What a run by Elliot Williams, stripped in the contact by Branch Holland. What a steal. England back row on England back row, but it's the Saracens continue to come away with it. Sharp though, with open field, steps off the left. Look at the acceleration from Sean Sharp, 2-on-1, out wide they go. No harms in there from Caliori, but a great counter ruck is all that interests the referee, and it has come Saracens' way. Finally regathered by Quins. Knock on is the call. Saracens survive again. Well, it was a bit of a mess there. It was nice work, soft hands from Sharp to get it out wide. And then the shot came in from Caliori. But then when it went to ground, Saracens were all over it. No clean ball for Harlequins, and it was knocked on at some point in there. The referee caught it. So a scrum for Saracens, which hasn't been plain sailing for them, but they did win the penalty. Last time they were in their own 22. And they'd be keen to do so again. Time running out for Harlequins. Their place in the final against Northampton Saints is on the line. As things stand here at the StoneX, it would be Saracens who would still trail by a single, who would go level with Harlequins, but on points difference, I believe Harlequins will go through, but that opens the door for Bath as Williams has snaffled it up for Harlequins in a dangerous area and carried on by Tate Williams. The number 8, dug out by Corlington. Well, that's a tough ball to take, but there was an advantage coming. So a missed opportunity for Harlequins yet again, even if they had advantage to play with. And it's just not sticking at the moment for Harlequins. It's just not going to hand. But Jones in conversation with his back line there, looking to set something up. A couple of changes in the offing for Saracens in the meantime. Changes come at scrum half. Back onto the field, Asa Stewart Harris, who had a pretty excellent first 30, first 20 odd before he was pulled off for Charlie Hurd. We always expected to see a bit more of him today. But it's his opposite number, Fergus Corlington, who will feed the scrum. In for Harry Cromie. He's dropped to the bench today. He's been in and around the Ireland camps. As Corlington. And he picks out Jones. Penalty advantage for Harlequins. Wonderful hands. And now it should be into the corner for the first. Harlequins have it. Taylor with a beautiful ball to open up the space. And it's an excellent finish. Right into the corner. Under a world of pressure by Springate, who raced into the corner. Well, the under-17 had the wheels to evade the on-rushing men in black. But that ball from Joe Taylor, that's the standout part of the move. What influence into the team for Noah Slay, who shifted onto the wing. A Tristan Saunders-sized hole out there for Harlequins, the Dulwich man unavailable today, but Taylor stepped in. And the Cranley man has set that one up excellently well. Quins are on the board. They still trail by 21-5, but they're in the contest, and that's what matters here on the final weekend of the Academy League. Sharp. Excellent strike. It's always curling towards the left-hand post, but it just carries quick enough for Harlequins to get 7 on the board. Tyre Lane has come on for Saracens onto the wing, and he'll look to chase this kickoff. Unless Keaveney puts it to the left-hand side, looking to pick out Caliori instead. Here is Patrick Keaveney, who kicks it deep. Great chase from Saracens. And Harlequins brought down on the 22. Oh, it's just a missed pass there. Instead of finding the forwards, it's ricocheted off the chest. There's another missed pass, but it has ended up in the possession of Caliori, who chips it through. Sharp is back there to collect, and he clears his lines. Keaveney backpedaling. The bounce evades him, and instead falls for Mason, who puts boot to ball himself. Jones is the only one back there for Harlequins who's going to watch this roll harmlessly past the dead ball, and that's a great end result for Quins. Territory inside Saracens' half. They'll have the scrum from wherever Alex Mason let it go from. It's a good response from the decent clearance from Sean Sharp, but just too much on it. Found the space really well. Now another chance for Harlequins in a threatening area. Owen Gillet getting a bit of a talking to from the referee. As is Jago Morgan, the under 17, who's come in for George Chandler, who suffered a concussion earlier on in the season and done fantastically well. He's got another scrum to contend with here. Corlington still on the field for Harlequins. There's been 2 changes in the second half in that time for Saracens.
Set!
And they're all stacked up on that right-hand side. So I think we know where it's going. Sharp's in behind, and he gives the pass, and now there's plenty of numbers up for Harlequins. Off the toe of Taylor. It falls into Saracens' hands again. The Harlequins flying through the breakdown, looking to disrupt. Flicked on by the skipper Marshall in a dangerous area. But a great latch there has got Saracens over the gain line again. Stuart Harris all the way back to Keaveney, who does clear. Excellent clearance as well from Patrick Keaveney. Called in late after Finn Keelock was withdrawn with an illness. Matthew Branch Holland at number 8 passed a late fitness test for Saracens, so there's been changes potentially all over the place, but they've dealt with them well. And Keaveney especially has stood in admirably.
Sorry, step off, please. Hang on. Sorry.
For the former London Irish man, Finn Keelock. Line out for Gorleku. One overthrown already, but then a few more cleanly taken by Harlequins. We've certainly got people out there to pick out. Noah Screen of Whitgift is onto the field, and he's the back lifter there, but it's Laidlow who takes it. No look ball into the path of Williams, who's over the gain line. Saracens looking to snaffle it. Carver's there looking to turn it over, and then out the back to Jones, who finds Laidlow to carry on his behalf. Jones again. Nice tip on. And Shanu Abu in open space does find the pass, flicked on by Cunnison, and cutting inside comes Noah Slay, another Gordon's man. Oh, nice option from Corlington, looking to test Keaveney in the backfield. Beautiful shape on the spiral. How about that? Under pressure for Keaveney, but now Jones, little dummy kick, picks out Sharp instead, stepping off that left foot of his. Taking on defenders this time. Turnover at the breakdown. Saracens steal it. I think it's the new man, Ty Lane, who gets a hold of it. Well, Oakland's finest has got Saracens back in possession again. The Harlequins have been so dominant in this second half, but they've only got the one try to show for it. See, as the kick went over, Zach Finch is back to his feet, warming up. Might see him a bit back on the field soon. Line out to come for Saracens. Quins looking to disrupt. Well, they've quickly formed up there, and they found the free man simply enough, and to the maul they go, serving Harlequins a taste of their own medicine here, and look at them pile in. Saracens have got numbers up there, they haven't got many options left out wide, and finally it's taken down, but not legally. Penalty goes Saracens' way. I think the penalty in the end is for hands on the floor. Well, regardless, it's a big result for Saracens. Keaveney finds 5 yards, and now Saracens hunting for that bonus point, which will give them the best possible chance to overtake Harlequins and fend off Bath, who are yet to play today down in Gloucester. Kingsholm will be the venue for finals day, where these sides will be in attendance regardless, but they'd like to be taking on Saints, the champions. To the tail they go, and they quickly form them all again, rumbling through, picked off the back. There it is, Saracens have a fourth. Just too quick for Harlequins that time. They caught them napping around the fringes. A quick pick as the maul was still rumbling meant that he had to score. He'd be in trouble with his other forwards. Converted from 5 yards, as you'd expect from a team of this quality, and Saracens go further ahead. They re-establish their 3-try advantage that they enjoyed at the half. I believe it was Kingsford who was the man who peeled off. Well, the cheer you can hear is the substitution. Regista has left the field to a rapturous round of applause. And the conversion to boot, once again from Keaveney. He's had a brilliant game. But it's still on for Harlequins. They know how quickly they can turn things around. Matt Jones, the Welsh international, hooks it high, as he has been doing for Gordons all season. It's chaos there. Penalty goes Harlequins' way. Crossing is the call as Lewis Golding is down. He's been a stalwart for Saracens all season. Thought the whistle had gone for a high tackle down that left-hand side in the kick chase, but instead it will be a big opportunity for Harlequins, who you imagine will chip to the corner. It was Jack Tyler of Cardinal Newman freshly on the field with the chase, another under 17 in his Quins side. Shanu Abu leaves the field. On comes Leroy Hove of Bishop Wand. Will be another Bishop Wand man, this time Gerald Gorleku, who will throw the loose head. They go to the front, it's loose, and Williams has spilled it. And here's De Horta, who gets the offload away to Elaine. And he's driving over the 22.
Taken back in.
Keaveney chips it over the top. Sharp's back there for Quins to collect. And Sean Sharp spots a hole. The great balance from the fullback as he rolls his way through the tackles. Codling plays 9. Little show and go from the new man. Hove over the gain line. Jones flashes it right on the gain line. It's been spilt by Harlequins, but then chipped in behind by Williams, who just volleys it forward. Knock on. That's an impossible pass almost to take when Saracens are up in your face with this line speed, as they have been all game. A few more changes for Saracens, and popular ones as well, as you can hear from the touchline. So Lewis Golding and the captain Jack Marshall leave the field.
Cool. Here's your mark. Thanks, Nick. Knock on by Quins. Last scrum was much better, that's your standard. Okay? Crouch!
I believe it's Marlon Ferrick
Bind!
and Dargan on to replace them.
Set!
Penalty for Saracens.
No, don't do that.
Well, it was spotted by scrum half Asa Stewart Harris, who said, "Ref, I don't like that," and the referee agreed. So Harlequins give Saracens an easy exit. There's nice shape on the kick, but it's going to fall for Tyler, who flicks it inside, and Sharp lets fly.
Hold, Queens, hold. Thank you.
Keaveney takes it down the short side and hands it off to Mason. Mason slips the tackle, puts in the fend, and Saracens are in behind. Nice ball from Dargan. Chipped in behind by Jones, and it rolls into touch. But a good gain for Saracens, and Harlequins now under pressure again. Well, this could seal it. With plenty of time still in this second half, but a 4-try deficit, with the way things are going, seems unattainable. Saracens need all the points they can get. Clean ball instead for Codling. But the danger is not clear yet. It's been picked off the back. Michael Eku drives well. The Harlequins still in the red zone here. Forced to go through the forwards and set a cleaner platform. That's a good carry over the gain line. But Corlington has a job on here to clear his lines.
Used.
It's the substitute scrum half, Harry Cromie, who does get it away. And that's a good box kick. Under a lot of pressure from Saracens. They will have possession back from the throw. Still Charlie Kingsford out there at hooker. Oh, he's just left the field for James Talamai. Good shift from Kingsford. But Talamai now on to finish the job. Straight into the action as well. Up goes Farouk Roy. And here goes the maul of Saracens again, which they've profited from already today. Branch Holland joins it at the tail. Saracens rolling beyond the 22. Quins finally put a stop to things, but this is a nice platform if Saracens can get it out of there. Well, I think Quins might have wrapped it up. Indeed they have. It's not the end of the world for Saracens, who keep the ball down this end of the field. As they drove all the way into the Harlequins 22. But it's another scrum. And there's been a couple of penalties on the bounce in favour of Saracens here, which is not how we expected things to go. They admitted they did struggle last week against Bath at the set piece, the scrum and the line out, whereas Harlequins were so dominant against the Bears.
Crouch!
All 6 of their tries came from the front row, which is my favourite stat in world rugby. As a former front rower myself, it's so rare.
Time's up.
Today it's Luke Springate with the only score.
Okay, let's align ourselves properly so
The Harlequins.
Okay? I've got to watch a lot here, lads. Let's not get head on head.
And we're racing towards the end of the road here.
Let each other bite, okay?
Have Saracens done enough to fight their way into the final, or will Bath pit them to the post on points difference?
Time back on.
Cromie to feed the scrum.
Crouch!
Wand. Scrum half.
Bind! Set!
Stable this time for now. Picked at the base by Tate Williams.
No, sorry!
Carries laterally, but it will come back for Harlequins here, who keep the ball in hand. Flicked out the back for Jones. Sharp draws in 2 defenders, and now a bit of space in behind perhaps for Tyler.
Yeah.
The ball is loose, chipped into the path of Noah Slay by Mason, but the knock on is given in Saracens' favour, and a chance for them to seal this game with flying colours. Boku back on into the front row with Gillet and James Talamai. Asa Stewart Harris. perhaps been the player of the game. He's been fantastic.
Crew!
Keep the scrum. I think
Bind!
Keaveney can certainly lay claim to
Set!
the title as well. Well, Saracens need to get it out of there because they're not going to win anything from the referee. Indeed, they don't. Getting folded a bit at the front row there. Nice work from Gorleku and Leroy Hove. Quick tap from Harlequins. Jones with a miss pass. Flicked on by Slay, who's moved to his regular position of 13. Nice ball back on the inside. Tackle made by Talamai. Jones through the hands, and it bobbles unkindly. And Saracens have snaffled it back. Chipped in behind by Asa Stewart-Harris. What a mature call that is. Sharp under pressure. Fends off his first man.
No, Black, get off. Thank you.
Well, Harlequins again have a player down in the midfield, so they're attacking with one short at the moment. Cromie picks out the forwards.
No,
Taken
go,
on by
Black.
the captain, Elliot Williams. Penalty for Harlequins.
Both of you
I
come
don't
to
think
the
they'll
side
take this
of
one
us.
quickly. They'll wait for Matt Jones to receive the support he needs from the medical staff. I think he just got caught while he was on the deck there. It just bounced through his hands, and then he went to dive onto the ball, and he was met by at least 3 Saracens defenders. Well, we've seen all the Harlequin substitutes, so it might be the reintroduction of the likes of Springate. Perhaps Corlington might move to fly half, or Matt Jones will return to his feet and kick this penalty himself. Good to see him back up again, the Ace League champion. Penalty for Harlequins. Sean Sharp will kick. Fires Harlequins up to the 10 metre.
Use a 10 for me.
Still playing on, even though time might be past for them to secure their place in the final. They were 4 points ahead of Saracens coming into today. The bonus point for the home side, the full 5, will allow them to overtake as it's taken short by Tate Williams. Driven back by Saracens in response. Now Elliot Williams over the gain line. Jones. Little no-look ball. Almost a line break there for Morgan. Back onto the field. What a thundering carry that is.
Black, get off!
Penalty again for Harlequins. Quick tap taken by the substitute Tyler, but he's pulled back by the referee. Quick tap finally is taken instead by Cromie. Interception so close, instead it was sort of transformed into a tackle by Stewart-Harris, and Saracens still disrupting. But the first knock on in the attempted tackle goes Harlequins' way, but Stewart-Harris, what a take that almost was. Flew out of the line. So instead it will be Harlequins with the scrum. Well, that could have been the game winner. So Quins need 2 points to secure their place in the final. That looks like 3 tries at the moment. And they do not have long
You're right there, Chris.
to make up this deficit. They need to finish within 7 points and score 4 tries for the bonus point themselves. Otherwise, I'm afraid it might be lights out for their hopes of Ace League glory. They are Academy League, glory. Most of that Quinn side have already enjoyed glory in the Ace League. There's 8 Gordon's players amongst the starters and substitutes today. But they're still looking for their first Academy League title since 2018, the side that had the likes of Jack Kenny and Marcus Smith and Caden Murley in it. What a team that was. Saracens, you've got to go all the way back to 2015, where Nick Ezekwe and Ben Earl and Max Malins were taking to the field alongside 7-star Ethan Waddleton.
Crouch!
It's been Bath,
Bind!
Irish and Bristol in the last 3 years, who beat Saints.
Set!
All 3 of those teams beat Saints in the final, because they're into their 4th final on the bounce, Northampton. Williams picks from the base in the meantime, just brushes off the first defender. What a run by Tate Williams. Back from injury after missing out last week. Tipped on by Elliot Williams. Hint of a high tackle. The crowd certainly thinks so. Penalty advantage, just go for Quins. That time the ball is spilt, so instead the referee waves play on. Noah Slay, driven back by De Houter. Chipped in behind. And it will come to nothing. They're back for the penalty.
Right. We've got 3 penalties to choose from.
Harry Cromie just opting to take the penalty advantage by kicking it away.
Offside, 22.
Elliot Williams, the captain, with ball in hand. He points to the corner, and that's where Sean Sharp will send it. Well, he has looked electric, Sean Sharp, when he's had a bit of space in the backfield. The Saracens have done well to limit his opportunities.
Right, Ryan. That was 2 for offside and 1 for just a single tackle.
And Farouk Roy will look to steal this in the row for Saracens. Dargan also in there off the bench.
Yeah.
For Quins, they need to claim possession here and they need to do something with it. Williams in control at the line out. No lift. So Talamai collects it at the tail. Drives powerfully beyond the gain line for Saracens. Nice clearance, unkind bounce for Sharp. He looks to take on Ty Lane and he's wrapped up by Lane, and then in comes Caliori. What a shot that is. Williams plays 9. Good carry to settle things for Harlequins, but they're still inside their own 22. Another one-up runner. And then picked at the base by Tyler, who flicks it back inside. Slade takes it to ground. Well, that time it's Screen as the last touch.
No black,
Great
get
line
off!
speed from Saracens. But it's still with Cromie. Jones hangs it up into the overcast sky here at the StoneX. Oh, and a nice ball out wide. And here's Zach Finch looking to get on the outside. Back in play. Caliori there to support. Nice tip from Poku. The Quins keep the pressure on. Chipped in behind, and now it's an ocean of green and black for Talay. What a run that is in response from Tyler. Flicks it up into the path of the substitute, Marlon Farouk Roy, who seals it for Saracens. Ty Lane had an ocean of space. Still hunted down by Tyler, but he flicked it into the path of the second row in support. Well, that kick was forced from Saracens because they were under pressure. It was great vision because Ty Lane was all on his own out there. Wonderful recovery from Tyler. But the tired legs of Harlequins just couldn't get back in numbers. It's the simplest of conversions for Patrick Keaveney. What a game he's had. Well, Jack Tyler had no right to get back there, the Cardinal Newman under 17, but he did. Ty Lane with the whereabouts and the know-it-all to flick it back into the path of his support man, Farouk Roy. A very popular try scorer, as I'm sure you can tell from the noise that ruptured from the touchline. Kick-off, though, for Harlequins. What a take that is by Tyler. Stripped in the tackle. But back in play for Harlequins. Cromie. Carried on by Screen. Could be numbers out wide. And Jones goes crossfield and has Mason backpedaling. Rolls into touch. But a chance for Harlequins to put some pressure on, even if the game may be beyond them. 35-7 the lead for Saracens. And that's certainly a scoreline of some note. It's the all 5 points they needed to overtake Harlequins. Saracens now sit on 20 points, the same that Northampton have in the Northern League. And that, at the moment, has them top of the table. Harlequins on 19, Bath still stood on 15, but with a game to play against Gloucester and a better points tally overall.
Same note.
Why don't they need Gloucester to do them a favour later on? For now, though, they're doing all they can. Taken in by Dargan.
Tackle!
From the back of that rolling maul as they just eat away at the clock here. It's just ricocheted off a shoulder, reclaimed by Saracens. Good meters made. And then another kick in behind. And now there is a race on. Finch is in support. Oh, he's regathered it! What a moment! 2 Harlequins players there. But Zach Finch scores another. Oh, it's just bounced up so kindly for the Ravenswood man. Described as an absolute workhorse out there on the left wing, and he made that kick from Stuart Harris look wonderful. And it was a great box kick, but a kick's only as good as its chase. 2 Harlequins defenders back to regather. But a bit of a miscommunication there allowed Finch in behind to score another. Keaveney converts. Saracens are running riot here at the StoneX. Well, we thought this game could go in Saracens' favour on home turf, but by no means did we think it was going to be this kind of dominating performance. Up by 42 points to 7. Can you believe it? Jones with a kickoff. It'll be another teasing one, I'm sure. Certainly is contestable. Up goes Farouk Roy, spilt into the hands of Slay. Through the forwards again. Harlequins are still battling on. Regathered by Hove. Knock on is gone Saracens' way. Against Saracens, sorry. Jones gets it away, flicked out the back. What a take by Williams on the turn. Finds the offload. What a try this will be. Wonderful tackle by Calaori, but still into the corner they go. Linesman's flag is up. That would have been the try of the day by some distance. But instead it went loose. Saracens have Calaori to thank. Some wonderful hands in there. Williams has been at it all day with those little offloads. It was Elliot Williams to Tate Williams. Freed the hands for Quins. Saracens are under pressure here. James Talamai, second half substitute with ball in hand. To the tail they go.
Thank you.
Well, it's been spilt, unfortunately, there. It was a good ball into the path of Mattis de Horta, who opened up the scoring, let's not forget, right at the start of that first half. But a chance now for Harlequins to lead the StoneX with something.
Easy mark.
We almost saw a wonderful try,
Let's go,
just a few
gents.
phases ago. Time for one more. Cromie to feed the scrum. That has gone on the whole Saracens' way so far.
Crouch!
Hope I haven't cursed them one more
Bind!
time to show us what they're capable of.
Set!
Slay and Taylor poised in the midfield. But it's Cunnison with the hard line again. Penalty advantage for Quins. Jones floats it over the top beyond everyone, including Jack Tyler. But they'll be back for the penalty. We saw a couple of meaty carries from the tap penalty against Bristol last week. And that's all that's on Elliot Williams' mind. The captain will get us going here. Little tip pass. met at the line by De Horta.
Penalty advantage.
Penalty again for Harlequins. Here goes Laidlow. Tips it off.
No hands, Blake.
Counter drive from Saracens, but it's still penalty for Harlequins.
We come back for the penalty.
I think offside that
16
time.
back, please. 16
Well, I
back.
could see a card here right at the end of the game.
16, he's got 16 on the back.
Referee's going to his pocket.
He's got 16 on the back. 16 didn't roll with 5 metres.
This is a
We've had
shame.
Too many penalties off you
Right
guys.
at the very end of the game, James Talamai will not revisit the StoneX field this afternoon. Tapped by Williams again. This time he goes all himself. Inches away. Harlequins go for it again. Good counter drive from Saracens. Not content with their commanding advantage. They want to keep out Quins again here, but that's a much better drive. Over the line they go. And I believe the try is given. And I think it might be for Gorleku, but, well, it could have been anyone there. Perhaps Leroy Hove. I think it is even the skipper, perhaps, who eventually hands it off. Elliot Williams, but certainly he had some bigger bodies in support there. Well, Elliot Williams is getting all the high fives, so we'll give it to him for now. Good conversion from Matt Jones. But regardless, it will not affect the final score. What a day for Saracens. They have done everything they can to make it through to finals day as Southern champions. Northampton Saints awaits either themselves or Bath, depending on results elsewhere. But the headline today is that Harlequins, the undefeated Harlequins, who themselves took down Bath a few weeks ago, have been defeated. It started in rather horrific fashion for the away side, caught behind their own try line. And from there, Saracens did not let out. They led by 21 at half time, and then after the break it was early Quins dominance that opened their account, but well, the final score does tell the true story of this game. Saracens so clinical. As we run you through the tries, a reminder of how things stand here in the Southern Premiership Rugby Under-18 Academy League. It's now Saracens who top the group on 20 points. Saints leave the StoneX empty-handed. They finish their campaign on 19. Bath sit on 15 points, but with a pretty impressive points difference that is, well, it was bigger than Saracens coming into today. They take on Gloucester. Anything other than a bonus point victory for Bath will leave Saracens at the top of the pool. Well, a Saracens victory is not in itself a shock. It's a very talented team full of international rugby players, but to win by such a margin is remarkable against a really impressive Harlequins side. The Harlequins led through the tunnel, and to a round of applause, plenty of support from both these London clubs, of course. But there's such an air of disappointment about their walk off the field from Harlequins. They've had a remarkable season, of course, and you saw glimpses of it in their attacking play. Their forwards especially carried over the gain line time and time again, but when they had a bit of free space, they looked excellent with ball in hand as well. I think that they can be really happy with how things have turned out across the season, but they may be robbed of another opportunity at the Academy League title. And that's what's most disappointing of it all. For Saracens, they've done all they can, as we've said. Coming into today, Harlequins 4 points clear of Saracens, but a bonus point victory has turned it all around. And what a performance from the likes of Asa Stewart-Harris and The late call-up, Patrick Keaveney at fly half. What a game he had. Zach Finch was also impressive. And that's the final score. Well, a victory for Saracens here at the StoneX. And they have done everything they could possibly do to make it through to the Premiership Rugby Under-18 Academy League final. Northampton Saints await either them or Bath, depending on results elsewhere. But here at the StoneX, a big win for Saracens. Well, for the senior sides of both these clubs, there's still so much more on the horizon, of course. Saracens showdown number 5 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Harlequins will be on the 22nd of March. They had 61,000 in attendance last season. It's a big day out. Tickets are now available on the Saracens website. And for Harlequins as well, their big summer kickoff on the 10th of May at the Allianz, at the home of English rugby, will be against Gloucester. Tickets are also on sale at their website, respectively. And that also brings an end to our coverage here, as first we will show you some more information about those 2 big days out.